Alright guys, all of my sub-tanks are filled. Glad I came up here, glad I took that route. So now I only need one more sub-tank and then I'm good to go. I'm going to assume the last sub-tank requires me to go to, oh, remember that, like, wind place that I fucking hated? That, like, I missed some branching paths in there? I think it might be in there.
Hey, that's as far as you go! Nobody gets past this point! I'm just following Mr. Albert's orders! Yeah, whatever.
90s dude.
Hey, do you think you could just ignore me, Hedgehog?
I talk like that all the time to my students when they're like talking in class. I'm like, hey, do you think you can just ignore me, Jonathan teacher?
You've got to face the penalty, a shocking penalty. Mr. Albert's orders are absolute. Entrance! Yo!
Entrance!
I'm gonna use one of my 3 sub-tanks. You know what, I might just switch to 0 and just fight him with 0 anyway.
Entrance!
I don't really get what the water was supposed to do. Maybe slow me down? Stop that. Oh, he's Sonicking the Hedgehogging. Sonicking the Hedgehog? Sonic the Hedgehogging? Sonicking the Hedgehogging? Longer. Well, you're dead.
Hey, that kind of strength is cheating. It's just like Mr. Albert's strength.
So your boss cheats, but you think he should be obeyed? Boom, 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 boom. You copied Hedgehog's data. I'll just wait, because in the next room they're going to explain it to me anyway. Huh?
There's another capsule here. But it's empty. There's something showing on this panel, though.
Is it a picture of me? Dan 000 prototype. Final version fate complete. Start final phase.
What does prototype mean?
You don't know what prototype means? You're a fucking moron.
I bet this is part of Albert's plan too.
It's not like a mysterious word. That's a normal fucking word people use.
There's a disc still in this drive.
It's a floppy disk, though.
Very good, but all you managed to find is an empty capsule and some incomplete data? There might be some Mega Man that we don't know about. We'll analyze the data here and see what we can find.
Sound kind of moody for a guy who's not doing any of the fucking work.
Send it with your mission report.
The passage up ahead is really low. Crouching looks like the only way to get in. But with these obstacles in the way, we can't get all the way through. I've got it. Try morphing into Hedgehog. Then hold down the control pad and press dash. That way you can slip under it. Hedgehog's abilities aren't very good on the offensive, so you should avoid using them against enemies. You can shoot balls of electricity by holding down the attack button and releasing it. Well, come on, let's use roller and dash to get into that passageway. I like it's like, well, come on, even though I'm the one that's talking, not letting you do anything. Gotta go fast. get 300 EC. Data file B transferred. Womp. It's Thomas. We've succeeded in analyzing a file in the data you found. This is an initialization key for a special transserver. It contains transport coordinate data of some kind. We were able to completely recover it using the data that you sent. You got an init key. Do you remember ever seeing a transserver that hadn't been initialized? A transserver that hadn't been initialized. If you find it, use that key. It's the data that had been split in two and guarded so vigilantly. Albert is presumably at the receiving end of that transserver. I can initialize the transserver with this key. Okay, I have to remember that. I do remember seeing one that couldn't start, but I don't remember where I saw it, so I'll have to look that up. But first, I'm gonna go back to base real quick. I'm gonna go back to the base. We're gonna turn in the little bit of quests that we have. We're gonna look into getting that last sub-tank, as well as... I'm not gonna do every side quest, because most of them are just for money, and the money in this game is pretty much worthless. But, I will see if there's any that are useful. Like, I got those ice boots. That stuff's useful. So, if there's more like that, then I might get those, but we'll see. Let's read these first, and then I'll go through that on my own real quick. Headshock. Equipped with a powerful electric generating coil, this small pseudodroid was originally designed to be an independent emergency power source. By further reducing its size, it can squeeze into small spaces. Pandora, a Mega Man with the specialized ability to control both electricity and ice elements, usually seen with Prometheus. She's feared by hunters who call her the Witch. Prometheus, a Mega Man with the specialized ability to switch between elemental attacks, usually seen with Pandora. He's feared by hunters who call him the Grim Reaper. Galleon Shocker has weapons on each arm, an anode and a cathode, which it sticks into the ground to produce an intense electric current. Its body is covered with a special kind of absorptive. It's a weird word. Absorptive? I've heard absorbent, but not absorptive. That's kind of a weird word for me. Coating. Is that a real word? I don't know. Alright. Well, give me a second, guys. I'm going to look into the sub-tank and any of these other quests, and I will be right back. Alright, I think it's this one. Yep. Alright. What's that you've got there? Can I see it? Oh, this is an L-tank, right? You know, the E-tanks we have nowadays, they've been around hundreds of years. L-tanks came along after the invention of E-tanks. Performance-wise, they are actually superior to E-tanks, but they were never mass-produced. There's a famous story of how long ago L-tanks helped robots drive away gangsters and thugs. What's that you've got there? Can I see it? Oh, this is a pinwheel. How'd you get your hands on this elusive artifact? There's speculation among experts about pinwheels, but I've found from my own research that by using the air to turn a turbine, the wind could be harnessed to produce energy. It was expected to be the source of vast energy. However, for some reason I cannot explain, it went largely unnoticed and was forgotten. What's that you've got there? Can I see it? This is a balancer that was used on robots a long time ago. The invention of the balancer has contributed so much to our lives. It's a concept that we now take for granted, but before these came along, unused energy was simply wasted into the atmosphere. So the balancer is like in the old Mega Man games, if you didn't buy the balancer, if you picked up the item restoring stuff, you had to manually switch over to each robot master's ability. So balancers efficiently recovered unused energy to be used later. Out of the need to save energy, cleaner air was achieved as an unintended side effect. What's that you've got there? Can I see it? This is a light bulb. Long ago, there used to be solar-powered robots. They used these when power from their solar cells ran low. But light bulbs were not a necessity to daily life. Since the conflict, energy continued to be needlessly wasted. That eventually led to serious global energy shortages. Quite a sad story. Yes, I finally have all the ancient artifacts from this area. Thank you very much. I'm glad I asked you for your help. I'd like you to have this for your trouble. Turn your EC, and you got a sub-tank. One more thing, would you take that with you. I feel like I can trust you with it. I once had a professor who always said, know the old, know the new. Our job is not just chasing after the past. Remember the past to better understand the present. If you forget this, you become nothing more than a collector. Alright, cool. Alright guys, I'm going to go out and try to get out of this place, and then we'll go on to the last place in the game. So, I got to fill up my sub-tanks as well, so I'll do that too. Alright guys, let's read the final things in here, and then we're going to go into the last place. Let's see here. We have a few here. Invis. This cannon can vanish from sight when it detects an intruder. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. In order not to invade people's privacy, it has a function known as the Gentleman's Lock. Those guys are assholes. I fucking hate fighting those guys. Enforcer. This policing mechanoid enforces speed limits. It chases down offenders, whether they are in a car or not, and warns them about speeding. Cellworm. This mechanoid is made up of many small bodies. Except for the head, the other parts are actually baby mechanoids. These babies become independent starting at the tail. Alright, I got a fair chunk of those. Didn't get all of them, but don't really care. If I ever come back to this game one day, which I might. So far I'm enjoying it a decent amount. We'll see how the end of the game is. Then I'll try to do it then, but not right now. So we need to go to Biolab 3. Which is where that broken down one was. And I don't remember if it was to the left or right. Well, it must be to the left or right, because the left is locked. Oh shit, I have to refight this guy. I forgot that I like reawakened a bunch of the bosses, which kind of sucks, but... I need to adjust that really quickly. I changed the right arm one, and I want it to be default. Alright, that should do it. Fortunately, this guy is kind of a pushover, but... Oh, there goes my last one. Maybe get on the other side of him. Oh, he heard that pushover line. He's like, oh, pushover, am I? Not when he's hitting you a lot. He's not. Alright, let's see here. I probably didn't need that sub-tank, but I just would rather not risk it. Oh, maybe that hit a decent amount. There it goes. Basically, that's there so that you can beat them to get the medals, but I don't really care about getting the medals. Alright. Turn into him. Break those. He's so slow. Alright, and should be this one. That's strange. This transserver seems dead. Currently in standby mode. Insert initialization key to resume. Is this the transserver that Thomas was talking about? Yeah, I'll use the initialization key. Initialization key verified. Coordinate data verified. Switching to active mode. Yes, it worked. I suspect Albert's hideout will be at the transserver destination. Let's make sure we do this right. Yes. Let's go storm Albert's hideout. Albert is kind of a weak name for a master bad guy. Do you feel it, Ash? Yeah, I sensed something up ahead. It must be Model W. Alright. Time to find the bad guys. Ow, stop it. I hate that it keeps switching me back to Axel. That was nice, and then they give me a extra man there. Let me see if I can fill my health in that sub tank back up there. That's gonna take forever, so I'm not gonna do it there. Let's see here. What is this? I feel like some pillars of fire should start ripping out of those, like this. Oh, nope. Just fireballs. I don't know why I'm using the non-swimming one here. Oh, their little baby. I don't know, whatever his name is. Alright, let's switch to... Actually, I might as well switch to that guy, because he's a fucking tank. Yeah, fuck off. I see how it is. Why you gotta be like that? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Womp. Womp. So things hit me on top. It doesn't hurt me because of his shell, but like he moves slowly, so getting hit from beneath or the side is still a very real threat. I like that they felt the need to make him say yeah every single time he attacks. It's a good game design choice. No one would ever get tired of that. Alright, let's switch to this guy. I really hate these guys. They just take so many hits to kill. Actually, I'm going to try to fill my health up here if I can, guys. Give me a second.